Hi everyone, it's Sue. I'm back with Rachel's challenge again, so don't judge me. I'm only up to week 2. I'm just doing them when I can or when I'm feeling a little bit stuck in my creating. So week 2 for Roxy's weekly challenge is making tags with painted elements. Now I'll have to admit I've struggled to think of something with this because I'm going to continue with the book page tag idea because I'm really loving using up some book pages at the moment. So I know that that's a definite that I want to do. Now these pages I don't think would take paint very well, and I'm not a painter. I'm not an artist as such, so I can't draw. I can't. I don't know, I just can't draw. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to use some book tag bases and use some watercolor paints on watercolor paper, and then I'm thinking I'm going to cut them out using some dies that I've got here and see what happens. What do you think? I don't know. We'll just have a play and hopefully it will come together. So once again, I probably should have had these tags prepared, but I haven't. If I don't take the opportunity to do a video when I get the opportunity, it just doesn't happen, unfortunately, at the moment. So I'm just going to quickly glue a few of these together so that we have some tags to work with. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to make them tags or whether I'm going to do them as journaling cards. Haven't decided yet what I've got here. So we'll just work with 3 at the moment. And I'm going to cut them down. I'm just making them 3.5 by 5.5. So 3.5 by 5.5. So there, I might, now that I've cut those, because normally maybe tags I would do a little bit narrower. So I might just keep these as journaling cards. Okay, so I've got 4 there. I don't know that I'll get 4 done. So yeah, I guess this is a little bit cheating compared to the way that Rachel did it, but it is a challenge. So, and I guess we interpret things differently. So I'm just going to grab some watercolor paper. Actually, I'm going to use this cotton watercolor card. So this is available in my shop if you're interested. So just never really know which side to use. Okay, I'm just going to use this side. And what I thought I'd do is just splash some colour down, spread it around, and then when it dries, hopefully I'll be able to cut out these, and they'll have like motley different colours on them. Does that make sense? And I'm not sure. So this is in my shop as well. This is out of stock at the moment. It's an older one. So I might even maybe try and do some flowers in some different colours. I don't know. I'm just going to have a play and we'll see what we come up with. So I'm just going to pop some water down on the paper And I'm not overly concerned if there's bits of white showing that I don't, you know, that I don't get water down on the paper. So I'm just going to do one side or maybe 3/4 of the sheet in green colours, and then I'll add some other colours to the other side for some flowers. So this is just my interpretation of Rachel's challenge. So once again, I don't really know what I'm doing with watercolours. I just play. I enjoy the playing process. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Hopefully you can see that. So probably should have primed my watercolours first. Like normally I would do that and just spray them with a bit of water. So I sort of want a motley effect. I don't want, you know, want the leaves to have, because I mean in nature leaves aren't all just one perfect colour, are they? So that's sort of what I'm aiming for. And I think I'll put 3 different coloured greens down. Let these colours blend in. So with watercolours, they always dry lighter as well. So that's something to think of when you're doing it. You can always add more water, take away water. Okay, I'm just going to add another colour. Go this limey colour, I think. I have got so much water on here. I said I wasn't worried about any white showing, but there's no white showing anyway. I'm just darkening up the original colour that I put on there. Because it's just gotten a little bit lost. And I mean, you can move the colours around if you like. I don't know. I'm just playing, so it's challenging me to get out of my comfort zone. And I might even, I don't know, this might even wreck it, but let's have a look. I'm just thinking of adding a few splashes of this mustardy orange colour, if I can get it to work. Probably not really using the correct brush, so just going to add a little bit of something to the leaves when they're cut out. Oh, see, too much. That's okay, we'll run with it. All right, so I am going to let that dry. I think I'm even going to probably pick up a little bit of this pooled water here. A little bit excited. That's why I don't know. I really struggle with how much water to add to the watercolors. So I'm just picking some of that excess up with the paper towel. All right. So I might add, I'm just using this pan here. I might just do some, maybe these 3 colours here for some flowers. We'll see what happens. So look like Australian native flowers possibly. And I've got paint all on this side from where I was flicking, but that's okay. We're just going to run with it. And probably you should put your lighter colours down first. So having said that, I'm now putting a brighter colour down. But I'm getting water all over these cards. So I'll go with this lighter one first. Some of this. I've got in my head what I want it to look like, but it never really translates for me, but that's okay. And this colour, it might be a bit browny. I know, we'll add a little bit of it in here. Just add some bits and pieces. And see, I struggle with making everything looking muddy then. Okay, we might just leave it at that. And I'm going to just quickly dry that. Okay, so I couldn't find my heat tool, so I'm just going to back some of these with coffee dye paper. A coffee dye card actually, because these are quite flimsy. So I'm going to do that while that's drying. I've stuck it in the sun. So while that's drying, I will just back these with some coffee dye cards. So I got these cards and envelopes in a pack somewhere, and I thought I don't really make that many cards, so I thought I could use the cards for backing bits and pieces. So these will fit on here quite nicely. So I think I'm going to utilize some of these. I won't use the, oh look, I've got paint everywhere. I won't use the ones that are fully covered, because I mean you still could journal on that, but I might use that as a card base. I think I'll just use these ones that are a little bit lighter and a bit more motley, and then there's more room for journaling. So just going to glue this, and I think I said, well, it's pretty much a given with me anyway, I'll be sewing around these as well just to finish them off. So you could use either side of these actually. Here's another one. So I think I might have, I honestly don't remember. I think I might have picked these up from the Kmart or cheap shop at some stage. I've been sitting there for ages, and I just thought, well, I just need to do something with them. So I decided to coffee dye them and use them as backing for cards or tags. So I'm not worrying about going straight to the edge because I will be sewing around them. It's got watercolour everywhere. It's on everything. My glue is just about had it. sticking very well to them for some reason. Let's cut them out. So I've sewn around them really roughly, and I'm just going to go and check my paper and see if it has dried sitting in there in the sun. Let's trim off the excess threads there. I've got some all caught up. The green piece is still drying, but the floral piece, well, this will constitute the flowers, is pretty much dry. It's a little bit damp in places, so because I'm impatient, I'm going to go and cut some flowers out, and hopefully by the time I've done that, the parts for the leaves will be dry. So this Thinlet set is by Tim Holtz, and I'm pretty sure, actually it's much smaller than what I was thinking, because he's got a bigger, thicker die set. Let me just have a look. I just want to see these flowers in context with these leaves. Oh, that'll be all right. I think we can do a group of them. So we'll just use the larger sizes maybe. What have we got here? All right, I'm just going to lay these out on my big shot and see what we come up with. Might need to put some paper underneath for just to lift it a bit. I don't want that one. And I'm just laying them, I'm not thinking about it too much. I'm just going to put them down. If there's a bit of white showing, that's fine. Maybe I'll just go I don't even know what these cut out like, so we're going to find out together. Now, normally with the Thinlets, I run them through about 3 times. And you see how they come out. Look, I love that one because it's got all the different colours. Not so much these two. So we're just going to cut a few out and then we're going to layer them all once I've cut them out. So I might just quickly do that. Okay, so I took the liberty of just cutting all these out so that you didn't have to sit there and watch me do that. And I think I am absolutely in love with how these have turned out. I'm just trying to get this one out of the die, and I'm absolutely loving these leaves. So these are uniquely creative mixed leaves die. So I'll put the link for those down below. They're in my shop. I think they are going to be really versatile. So that's what they look like there. And these are, so you can see how, because my paper was a bit curled from, I should have tried to flatten it first, because I've passed this through the machine a couple of times. It sort of lifted a little bit, so that's the little piece of extra paper there that I've taken off. But you can see how different they all look, you know, for the same die, and you get so many different effects. This little sprig here. I love them. These ones, the insides on this particular leaf are supposed to come out. The first couple that I punched, I didn't pass through the machine enough times, so it more so looks like it's an embossed leaf, but that's okay. Look at that one, completely different. So there you go. That's great to be challenged. Thanks, Rachel. And just work out something a little bit different. Oh, they are so beautiful, aren't they? Anyway, so that's the leaves, and then these are the all the flowers that I did. So they turned out beautifully as well. Okay, so let's see what we can do. I was even wondering, okay, so what I was thinking was just to even layer these on the book page pocket, book page journaling cards, sorry. So I'm really not sure what I want to do. Do I layer like the smaller ones? See what colours we've got, and maybe change which colour dye I'm using. So I think I'm just going to do that. I might just glue some of these together. I'm just grabbing my glue, excuse me, reaching. I'm just setting that off center from the bigger flower there. So I might just put a couple of flowers together. All right, so I've glued a few of those flowers together. Now I'm just thinking like to make a centerpiece. Now I'm just going to grab another die. So these are just some really old dies that I've had for so long. I'm just thinking maybe I might cut a couple. See, I haven't even used this. It's disgusting. Oh, maybe I have. No, I haven't. I don't think I have. Anyway, I'm going to cut a couple of black frames. If I can get into it. Couple of black frames out of this, and then I've got this one, Couture Creations, which is goodness knows how old. I might just do that size. I'll do some with that one too, just in case. All right, so I'm just going to shoot off and quickly do that. Okay, so I've cut them out. Now these dies, the Couture Creation ones, weren't what I thought they were going to be. So I thought that they would cut the circle out, like the middle out, so they haven't. So I'm not sure I'm going to use those. But these frames, the Kaisercraft ones, are beautiful, exactly what I was thinking. So I just need to pop these bits out and we'll have a look. I do have a brush and a mat somewhere that runs over these and gets that done quickly, but I can't find it. I don't think I've unpacked it from when we moved, to be honest, because I haven't seen it. All right, I'm just going to get rid of all that. So what I was thinking was having like the arrangement coming as if it's coming from out of the frame. Does that make sense? So whether I'm just going to play with a little bit of placement here and then have, like flower, maybe a couple of, see, this is what happens when you play. Maybe I should have just done some smaller flowers. Maybe. Just something like that. We could just add another flower in there. Maybe just do the 2 flowers. So that's, I think that's quite cute actually. I really am quite liking that. Okay, so how are we going to do this? What I might do is partially glue this. I'm just going to go around, I think, the inner circle of this frame, just so that it adheres down onto the card. I'm going to put it mainly up the top. So this isn't glued down, but as I add some of the components like the leaves and what have you, they will glue down with the leaves, etc. Okay, so I'm going to glue that one in there. I'm not inking around anything, I'm just leaving it as it is. And this one I think I had coming out. Anyway, I'm going to just have a bit of a play with placement again. So maybe something like that. So same with the flowers, I'm just going to glue in the middle. Let's glue that one there. I'm just looking at the different colours just so maybe, I can add something a little bit darker. Just to add, that bit of extra colour. I'm going to pop that one there. I'm really not thinking about it too much. got? So something just a little bit darker, just to add a little bit more colour. I'm just going to chop the end of that off, just so it allows me to tuck under there. I'm not really sure what I'm doing here, as you can tell. But I'm just trying to make it okay. I'm just going to hold that in place and glue these down. It's because I like the placement there. Maybe we'll just put that one up there. I don't know, what do you think? So you can still see the frame underneath. Oh wow, look, I think I really like that. I think something needs to go in the middle of the flowers, but I don't know what I've got to be able to do that. Or maybe, I don't know, do I need to put a label or something? I've got these words and definitions from My Porch Prints. They may even blend in a little bit too much. Just having a look and see what I've got. I don't want anything too big. These are too big, way too big. Maybe even something like that. That's cute. Wonder if I've got any with the colour on them. Like that. Maybe. Just all creative. Oh, I'm loving that. Okay, I'm going to stick that down. This one, I've torn these already. I am going to add a little bit of ink to that, I think. So I wanted to keep the flowers fresh looking. Just hold that up. Yeah, I like that. I really like that. I'm going to glue that down. And I'm not even sure what I've got. I might have some little buttons or something that I might be able to put in those flowers. I still like that even as it is. And I think I'm going to leave it as that at the moment. Maybe if I find something down the track that can go in there. Have I got any... hang on a minute. I'm just going to go and have a look and see if I can find something. So I just had a quick look. I know I've got some more of these sort of gems or flat round sticker things, but I've still got boxes that I've yet to unpack. But I also found these little, I don't want to add too much bulk, because if we're going to use it as a journaling card, like at the moment, that's fine. You could easily write on that. I just don't want to add too much bulk so that it makes it hard to write. So I'm just going to open these. Now guys, these are so old. These are things that I've had from my scrapbooking days. You can see I haven't even used them. So I'm just wondering So even that just makes a huge difference, doesn't it? I know that's the back side of the button. Do I want to add more? So even that just finishes it off. I quite like that. These are quite, as you can see, they stand quite high, and so I don't think I'm going to use those. So I'm going to glue those on. Normally I really struggle with having nude buttons, I call them, without thread in them, but I'm going to just go way out of my comfort zone today and just put them on there as is. So that's one done. I absolutely love it. I'm so happy with it. And then tipping that over, there's not a, you can't even really feel those buttons because they're fairly thin, but it just finishes it off. Well, that's so cute. All right, I'm going to do another one while we're here. And so I just don't think these are, no, I just don't like them as much because it takes away, it's just got like a statement piece that you can see, like something that's nice and bold, and you still see the book paper. All right, well, let's poke these out. So this is what you need, so I really appreciate it. Rachel, just need to find a challenge and something that you normally probably wouldn't do. See, I had no idea. All I thought was, you know, painting. All right, so I'm going to cheat. I'm going to just put a bit of watercolor down on some paper and cut some dies out. And then it's grown into this idea. So once again, I'm going to just glue around the inner edge of this oval. Push it up to the top. And this time I might put the flowers coming down this way. So this is that the one? That's the one that I said didn't, because I didn't feed it through enough time. So it just looks partially embossed and these two bits come out. But I don't see why we can't utilize them. But I don't particularly like it. That's okay. We'll just see what we come up with. So I love this with the little splotches that I put through. I'm going to have some leaves coming up that way there, I think. I don't like that one. I'm going to take it away. It's annoying me. So maybe I'm just going to, this one's got a really long stem, which I don't really need. So maybe poke that under there like that. A little bit of, so maybe if I add, this one, if I add some like that. I don't know, it's different, and it's, I mean, just depends. So this is what I always struggle with, is when I get something, a placement that I like, I struggle getting it in place. So all I'm going to do is just hold these and add a bit of glue. Normally I would take a photo with my phone, but obviously I'm filming with my phone, so I can't do that. Okay, so I'm just going to work from the top. I don't know how I exactly had them, but I'm just going to stick them down. And I want this one sitting under that a bit. So you can stick these down even more if you're worried about them getting caught in something. I'd probably just put them as a clip in your journal, like a bulldog clip or just a paper clip, just so that they're not getting stuck in a pocket when you're pulling them in and out. I'll stick that under there. I had this flower, so just pop it there. And then what was I going to do? I don't really know. So this one's got like quite a bit of green, but that's okay. So I'm going to pop that one there. And then just stick this one underneath. So as you can see, I haven't really thought about it too much. I've just grabbed some and just tucked them in, and I think they look good. That's great. I'm just going to stick that over the petal of the flower a bit. So okay, so this one is has quite a bit happening on it. And I like these little sprigs, they just soften it a bit. So I'm going to add that in there. So this one, I think I don't particularly need a label because it's got more foliage on it, but I'll have a look at it. Okay, so I'm going to add a couple more of these cute little buttons. I'm going to go the darker ones this time. Oh, so cute. Okay, so do I need a label? Not sure that I do. I'll just see if I've got Got all these big ones left. I've obviously used all the smaller size. And, oh, excuse me. I don't know, that's quite cute. All right, let's put one down. It doesn't really need it, but I'm going to do it anyway. If we tuck that just underneath that flower there. So that's your next one. I'm really happy with that. All right, I'm going to do one more and then I'm going to leave you be. And I'll just, have I got, oh yes, I have got another frame. I did 4 of these, that's right. So that last one, we lost a fair bit of the frame, but you can still see it. Gives you a little cheeky sneak of something underneath. I think I like the first one that I did where it's not as much foliage, but I do like both of them. Okay. The same thing again, just put it in about the center and push it up towards the top a bit. Let's see. I'm going to do 2 of the same type of flower this time. Maybe have them coming like that maybe. Same thing, I'm just going to chop that longer bit of stem off. Coming out there. It's so cute. So cute. And I'm not going to put a label on that one. I'm going to leave that one as it is. I'm just moving these out of the way so that I can show you. Get rid of some of my mess. So this, as I said, you know, the frame now is not, because I didn't know where I wanted to tuck things, so I can just go around and add a little bit of glue underneath just to adhere the frame down. Okay, I really love these. So that's the last one that we did. And as I said, so they don't, those little buttons don't impede that much on you writing on the back of those either. So that's that one. That's that one. We put quite a bit of foliage on there. And then that was the first one that we did. All right, I'm going to leave it at 3 for the moment. I'm going to go off and maybe make some more, I think. But I've really enjoyed this challenge today. I really struggled with it, but I'm really happy with how it's come out now. So that's week 2 of Roxy's weekly challenge. So as I said, please don't judge me being at only week 2, but I'm just doing them as I feel, you know, like I need a little bit of a push and think out of my square a bit. So what do you think? I don't know. I really like them. I think they've turned out really well. All right. Hope you're all keeping really well. Thank you so much for your support. And I'm sure most of you know about Rachel's challenge. I will pop the link to Rachel's channel down below as well. So if you want to, finding that you're feeling a little bit stuck sometimes, head over there and you'll be surprised actually how much it pushes you. So, all right. I'll leave it with you, and I hope you all get a little bit of creative time in before the next video. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.